Channel. Check out NASCAR Beyond the Wheel, the further inside a race team than you've ever been before. Hear the drivers and the crews as they work through adversity, strategize their moves, and head ultimately to victory lane. NASCAR Beyond the Wheel, Thursday nights at 7:30 Eastern, only on Speed Channel.
What a great crowd on hand here. There's our leader, David Reutimann. He had a moment here a couple laps ago while we were away at commercial. He drove down in turn number 1 and got big time sideways. Let's take a look. This is him going by the start-finish line. Watch him drive down in turn number 1. You see how much of a lead he's got. He's going to get big time sideways. You see him correct. You see him fighting the steering wheel. You see the wheels turn left and then right. And he straightens it out. And look who's running second now. Brandon Witt, our early leader, has driven past Dennis Setzer, driven past Todd Cleaver into the second position.
And I don't think he's worried about his back problem or how hot the truck is right now, because now he can see daylight. Even though now, halfway through the race, it's finally nighttime, and I'm sure the drivers are feeling pretty good about that. It's got to be a little bit cooler.
Todd Cleaver was right behind David Reutimann, but now he's dropped back behind the 38 of Brandon Witt. What's going on with Todd Cleaver, Ray?
Here's the problem, Rick. They only have 2 more laps before they're going to be forced to pit under green. They have to come to pit road at lap 110. So just 2 more laps, and here goes a move for the lead as Brandon Witt goes out to the front, but only 1 more lap before we'll see the 50 have to come on under green.
Right behind that group, you can see John Andretti. He's come from nowhere, and now he's challenging Ron Hornaday.
We see the 50 of Todd Cleaver going to have to make a green flag pit stop. This will be possibly the death of the 50 team right here.
Going to ruin his day. He's probably going to end up with at least 2 laps down after this pit stop. What a horrible break for this team. But David Reutimann is in a very similar situation. He's got a few more laps to go, Ray, doesn't he?
I think so, Phil. I got to believe they're in that same situation, but they knew that this Ford wasn't going to make it more than 1 more or 2 more laps. So Mike Beam says, let's not take a chance of running out of coming just past the pit road. So these guys will go ahead and throw 4 tires and gas in this thing. No major adjustment needed here. Looks like they are going to go down on the track bar about 1 round. So 1 round down, that'll be the adjustment for him. And they'll try to tighten him up just a little bit, but you're right, he's going to lose a couple of laps at least here by doing this under green. And I would keep our eye on the 17. Wendy, when's he coming?
The 17 of David Reutimann looks like he will be coming at lap 125. He has about 13 more laps, but the 46 truck, the only other truck on the track that has not pitted along with the 17, can only go to about 116, so about 4 or 5 more laps for the 46 of Dennis Setzer before he's on pit road as well.
I'm sure Todd Cleaver's kicking himself for not listening to his crew chief who wanted to pit a little earlier.
We got to spin. We got to spin in the front stretch.
And the caution will come out, and that is bad luck for Todd Cleaver, but great luck for the other trucks out in front.
Yeah, David Reutimann, Dennis Setzer, what a tremendous break for those guys. But I tell you, we haven't talked, of course, about John Andretti. He's driven his way up into the 3rd position, giving that Billy Blue number 15 a great ride once again.
Yeah, he's running strong, and I'm sure now you're going to see all the leaders come in and make their last stop.
Now, Kelly Sutton spinning there will give Todd Cleaver more than likely 1 lap back, because he would be the highest scored truck that is at least a lap down. He fell 2 laps down. Now, Kelly Sutton was the one who brought out the caution, so she will not receive the free pass. So we'll have to wait and find out from NASCAR, but I believe Todd Cleaver may get 1 lap back.
I think if Kelly Sutton is the truck that's eligible, she cannot get it by virtue of the fact that she caused the caution, so they will not award a free pass, probably, is what's going to happen.
Todd's probably hoping for a 2-for-1 sale, maybe get 2 laps back.
Well, how about,
he was really strong.
Guys, how about Brandon Witt driving his way back up front in this race?
I mean, he's been strong all night from the beginning. I mean, on the pole and running at the front the whole night.
This is why we're under caution. Kelly Sutton, the 0-2. She gets a little bit loose off turn number 2. Moves to the inside of the racetrack. You see Steve Park, the 62 truck, going to go by her. And then she gets sideways coming off turn number 4. Not able to save it this time. Makes her way into the infield grass. I'm not sure she's going to hit anything. Nope, does a great job staying off the inside wall, but that did necessitate a caution flag. But this is going to be a big pit stop. You see David Reutimann's crew getting ready. This could be the final pit stop for a lot of these guys.
It's going to be a busy pit road this time.
We see the 38 of Brandon Witt out in front. He's on the access road, as is the 17 of David Reutimann. Right behind them, the 15 of John Andretti, the 6 of Ron Hornaday, and the 46 of Dennis Setzer.
And the 14 stayed out. That's unusual. Rick Crawford, he's gambling.
Wendy.
The 46 says Dennis Setzer will be our first truck down pit road. What perfect timing for that. Now they have been running hot, so he was very adamant. Dennis Setzer was about pulling tape on that and also making a chassis adjustment on the 46 as we come to David Ruderman in the 17. He's also complaining no forward bite, no side bite, only going down on air pressure. Looks like a pretty good stop for the 17 bunch, Ray.
Hey, Wendy, they feed in a couple of bags of ice here for Brandon Witt to throw down behind him in the chair. And they're going to come around and do 4 tires. Now, this will be their final pit stop of the day for the McMillan Homes Toyota. They go to work on it here on the left side. They do have the very first pit stall. David Ruderman will go by the number 38, but he'll roll off second.
Phil, one of the guys that did come in that Boris made the comment about is the 14 of Rick Crawford. Will they gamble and try to stay on for the remainder of this race?
I have to believe that they are. Cowboy Starling decided to roll the dice. They pitted on lap 71. That means he had to run 129 laps. Now, some of those laps are going to be under caution, just like this caution right here. Then a few laps after he pitted will run under caution. So they may feel like their fuel mileage is good enough that they can go the rest of the way, and they certainly have track position right now.
Well, we've seen Fords that normally had been running better gas mileage or better mileage as far as getting around the racetrack than most of the other manufacturers. But then you look at Todd Cleaver. Cleaver had to come in on lap 110 because they thought he had poor gas mileage.
Most of that good gas mileage was last year when they had a different cylinder head. When they brought this new cylinder head, they make more power. When you make power, it takes something to have to burn that power, make that power, and that's fuel.
It's going to be interesting to see if Todd Cleaver can get one more lap back here as he lines up right next to Rick Crawford.
Tomorrow night on Speed Channel, Dave Despain welcomes Beth Ann Morgenthau to the tunnel. Ms. Morgenthau, owner of BAM Racing, shares her thoughts about the role of women in motorsports. Ownership to drivers to crew members. Wind Tunnel live tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Speed Channel.
Beth Ann's a nice lady. At the Nextel Cup races, she always has the big cooler of ice cream in her trailer, so she's pretty popular.
Well, Schwann's is always a popular, I guess, site.
They make a good ice cream sandwich.
Yes, they do.
Could use one now.
It's very, very warm here in Memphis, and it's just heating up for Rick Crawford, who is now out in front of this field.
I don't think Todd Cleaver is going to make it easy, and right now he's on the tail end of the lead lap.
Yeah, he's actually now on the tail end. He's still 1 lap down, almost 2 laps down, because he did not get the free pass, just as we speculated. Kelly Sutton is 0-2. Trouble for Ted Musgrave coming off the corner.
Slow down the back stretch. Ted Musgrave dropping numerous positions. He's now on the outside of the 5. Let's see what's going on with Ted Musgrave as the field continues to move by him.
There's the 16 of Jack Sprague, the 23 of Johnny Benson as they move by on the inside. Looks like Ted's getting maybe back up to speed right now. It looks like he's really off in the corners. Maybe he may have a soft tire. Maybe he has some debris on his tires.
Looks like the right front might be down.
And now up front,
David Ruderman drives back to the 2nd position, and here comes Brandon Witt.
Brandon Witt's had a strong truck all evening. He's back up to 3rd. It's Rick Crawford, David Ruderman, Brandon Witt, your top 3.
John Andretti, a great run going. There's a 15 truck on the inside of the 29 of Brad Keselowski. That's a battle for position. Brad Keselowski has a great run going so far on the lead lap.
He snuck up there in stealth mode. I didn't even notice him get up there.
Here comes Dennis Setzer trying to take over the, looks like I think the 6th position from the 29 of Brad Keselowski.
And again, out there in no man's land, when you get on the outside on this track, they just train right by you on the inside. Holding on to the top spot, Rick Crawford making some, I guess you would say, a little bit controversial pit decisions. Can they make it 129 laps on 1 tank of fuel? We'll find out when we come back.
Wednesday night on Speed, Old School Racing is back. Pinks.
This is a pretty quick car. And that nitrous, it sure does even the playing field a lot. Let's race.
Lose the race, lose your ride. Pinks, Wednesday night at 8:30, only on Speed.
Dear Daryl, you've become quite the famous entertainer. You're not going Hollywood on us, are you? Might be cold, sweetie.
No, not this year.
Sincerely, Darrell Waltrip.
Toyota, moving forward.
It's time to look at stars in a whole new light. The full line of Star motorcycles, available only at your Yamaha dealer.
It comes to the internet, speed changes everything. Only Comcast high-speed internet provides speeds up to 70 times faster than 56K dial-up. With an always-on connection, there's never a wait to get online. With Comcast, personalize your emails with Video Mail, share photos online with PhotoShow, and get your online music connection with Rhapsody. Dial-up can't do that. For a limited time, get your first 3 months for just $9.95 a month. Don't waste time with dial-up. Get up to speed with Comcast high-speed internet. Call 637-5411 today.
Each room in your home is unique with its own individual style. So when it's time to buy furniture, you're going to need selection. Winter Furniture has what you're looking for. Dining rooms for family meals or entertaining friends. Everything for your family room where you go to relax. And of course, we all need comfortable bedroom furniture. All available in the name brands you know and trust. So if you're looking for extraordinary furniture and a whole lot more, visit Winter Furniture today.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series on Speed Channel is brought to you by Chevy. The new Chevrolet is an American revolution. And by Domino's Pizza. Get the door. It's Domino's, the official pizza of NASCAR. Up front, that is the familiar sight of David Rudiman, who has taken away the top spot.
Here's how it happened. Rick Crawford had our lead by virtue of pit strategy, but David Rudiman was able to catch him. Makes the move inside, coming off turn number 4, drives up beside him, beats him down in turn number 1. He's going to bring a couple guys with him. There's the 38 of Brandon Witt, the 6th of Ron Hornaday. Another lead change. Ron Hornaday goes to the lead.
Hornaday taking away the top spot from David Rudiman, and now Brandon Witt looking to the inside of the 17 of David Rudiman.
Ron Hornaday's trying to get back that sure win he had at Mansfield earlier this year when he got black flags for jumping the restart. Also had a couple situations on pit road that took him out of what looked like sure wins. Got a great battle side by side for the 4th position. There's the 15 of John Andretti. He drives by the 14 of Rick Crawford, brings the 46 of Dennis Setzer with him.
So Rick Crawford, after restarting up front because of pit strategy, may not be working out as well as that team had hoped. It's Ron Hornaday that's out in front of this field. He'd like to repeat his Atlanta win from earlier.
The Ford Motor Company invites you to join the Ford Family Plan. Now pay the same low price as our employees and their families pay for our great family of SUVs. You'll get our discounts on every Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury at participating dealerships.